So what we've got here tonight, my dad called Larry and said, Larry, would you be gracious enough to maybe send something for the auction, for JDRF and what we're doing? And he has sent us things before for our auction at our shop. So he said, sure. Well, what we didn't realize is he was going to send us one of 25 prints that Billy Gibbon did whenever the car was finished. The 25 went to all of the people that were involved in the project. Well, that was in 1988 that he only did 25, and Larry had one extra. Now, not only did he do that for us, he also provided us with an original drawing that he, back then, a fax machine, we all remember what a fax machine was. This is how he worked with Boyd Coddington, because Boyd was the one that built the car. So this was the dash, the idea that he had with the dash. Billy told him over the phone what he'd like. So then Larry pinned it and then faxed it to Boyd Coddington, and this became some of the ideas for the dash in Cadzilla. So Larry just had this in a file, and he said, Jason, you know, I want to do a print because there's not many. I'll sign it, but I also want to do something special, and I want to find something for you. So he got into the archives and he found it. So he emailed me, and I'm just going to read his quick email. This print is a reproduction of the original concept rendering, Billy Gibbon's Cadzilla, a 1948 Cadillac sedanette built by the late and legendary Boyd Coddington. The car was designed, of course, by Larry Erickson, and it was powered by a 500 cubic inch Cadillac. And this is kind of cool. The motor was originally from the presidential limousine staff. It was one of the presidential limousine motors that Billy somehow found in his way that Billy does things. Cadzilla is the cornerstone of the custom car world and one of the most celebrated examples of the very American obsession of personalizing one owns car. That right there, personalizing one owns car. That's what this whole museum's about, and that's what our industry's about. So he put that line in there, I love that line. The artist Hudson Marquez, in a letter to Mr. Gibbons, which we've also got a copy of that. Are you guys familiar with Cadillac Ranch? All of the Cadillacs all lined up? Well, that was done by this artist. And so he decided that when he saw the car, it inspired him. So he writes a letter. Didn't know who Billy was. He just writes it to Dear Blues Band. And at that time, there was a 10-page spread in Hot Rod Magazine of Cadzilla. So he says, Hot Rod Magazine, 10-page spread, question mark, well, it's worth it. Cadzilla looks like Johnny Guitar Watson's last combo of Wet Dream and Nightmare. Looks like Harley Earl slipped with his pen. Looks like something all the girls from a Houston bar would ride home in. Looks like maybe Leroy Neiman might have painted it. Looks like Hank Williams could have died in it. Looks like it might be parked in front of Ike Turner's house. Looks like something that might run over Dwight Yoakam and resurrect Ray Price. Red beans and rice yours, Hudson Marquez. So, you know, here's a guy from the Ant Farm group that did some of the iconic art in the late 60s. And Larry Erickson was able to inspire him. So Larry wanted us to have that as well. Billy Gibbons commissioned approximately 25 limited prints of the original art, which were distributed to select members of the team that built and contributed to Cadzilla. The small sketch of the instrument panel is the original art and the only true instructions that were sent by fax, and then he put a little line in here. This may need to be explained to anyone born